57 plus, and very difficult for them to deal with. This is RGR Football. I'm Trent Tracy in the car today giving you breaking news because nobody was really prepared for this except for a few of us who really felt that it was going to be difficult to get the dollars correct. It has nothing to do with the player. The player is exceptional. Trent McDuffie is going to be an excellent player and continue to be an excellent player in this league. He just isn't going to do it in Kansas City because the dollars don't work. And this is, I think, at least on initial reports of the return being 29, if you saw my piece yesterday on this channel, as well as my social media, you know that I told you this is too light compensation. 29 is a lower pick than he was drafted at, and he's an all-pro. So I appreciate that Brett Veach has a job to do, and he has to try to squeeze everything you can out of it. I do think in getting 3 additional picks, including a third rounder, a top 100 in 2027, that's a decent collection. Disappointed in the value at 29 rather than the 13 that they had. So I do think there was probably a bigger discussion than I had originally think, but they weren't able to get it done. So bottom line, you're going to lose one of the top corners in this league not playing for Kansas City going forward, but it's instant cap relief. It's additional picks now in the first round. It's additional picks, I believe, 5th and 7th, which Chiefs will not use. They'll trade up with those. They'll move around with those. And it's a third next year. A pretty good value and something that they're going to have to use in order to build back the rest of this roster. It is, I think, a franchise-changing deal, and it's a pattern now. We've seen it with Tyreek Hill. We've seen it with L'Jarius Sneed. Now we see it with Trent McDuffie. Kudos to him. He forecasted this a couple weeks ago in a media appearance that he wouldn't mind going home and play in Los Angeles. He's going to. So I've heartburn about this breakup, but he is going to a place that he should be happy. He should have family around. He's going to play well for a team that's on the way up. And the Chiefs are going to be able to rebuild in what is maybe their core strength of this coaching staff and front office together, in that they're able to identify defensive backs that they can train up and turn into these all-pros. Trent McDuffie was a first-round selection. L'Jarius Sneed was not. And you could see the difference in compensation, although some would argue that L'Jarius Sneed was more impactful on the field in his time in Kansas City than Trent McDuffie was. So the legacy does still come through, and it's going to be important. Now, it's about what they do with these picks. I said it yesterday. I didn't want them to do this. I didn't want to lose Trent McDuffie. But it's clear after this group of picks that came back that they just weren't able to get this deal done in a way that allowed the salary cap to stay where it needed to be. So they had other things to do. This is my initial reaction. Thank you guys for jumping on here. Dan's going to be live tonight going over it all, so don't miss that. But this is, in the end, a decent deal for both teams and the player. I don't think anybody can come out of that feeling terribly bad, except for the fans that want to see him on the field in Kansas City. So let's see what they do about compensating Jalen Watson. Step up to the plate. I think he's going to be retained now, and the Chiefs are going to go look for a corner, nickel-specific corner in the draft, which, you know, I have those guys mapped out. You can find it all on rogueapc.com, and we're going to talk about it a ton. Thanks for being on with me real quick. We'll catch you later tonight. Have a good one. We'll talk to you then.